Coming up, I go on a food adventure in a vintage Land Rover and bring you loads of tips to improve your outdoor cooking, from fire and embers to coffee, sausages and dirty veg. Let's go. What's up guys, welcome to another food adventure video. We're here on Ash Farm in Dorset and we're gonna have a couple of days of amazing foodie adventures. So if you like food, if you like adventure, follow along. All right guys, we loaded up the Land Rover. We're now gonna head out into the woods and we're gonna find some wild garlic and make an amazing breakfast. So let's go. Wood in the way. With my brute strength, it was not even an issue. We off-roaded! I don't know if we're gonna get under this. We come to a little bit of blockage, you know what I mean? So we gotta sort it out. Need a machete.
Directly under the thing that could fall on my head and kill me.
Oh, yes, go.
Right, let's do one. Woohoo! Yes, we made it! Bro, we are men. Well, I am.
Sick! Let's go! Joe's clearing the road right now. Well, roads. It's a bit exciting, it's a bit nerve-wracking. These are the kind of lengths we go to on foodie adventures. It's like, look at Joe, he's literally clearing a pathway to the wild garlic. We've got plenty of firewood. Cook some breakfast. Now we're set up in the back of the 1940s Land Rover, ready to get some breakfast done. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Toast is crispy, a bit charred, and you've got the buttery mushrooms with that beautiful wild garlic. Lovely olive oil on there. Tastes so earthy, very umami flavour, which I just love, especially in a savoury breakfast like this. Incredible, and what surroundings. I mean, wow. Right boys and girls, one thing I will say is having a tabletop barbecue like this, in situations like this, is invaluable. This is a Thuros T1, or the current model is a T1. But like, you know, in situations like this where you're in the woods, or you're on the back of a flipping pickup, you can't just have an open fire, so having a tabletop barbecue, ideal. Also, if you are on a pebbly beach, I wouldn't generally recommend having an open fire on those, because beach pebbles can explode because there's water trapped inside them when it heats up, and like, trust me, you don't want that. So unless you want to pick bits of rocks out your face, bring the T1. Other barbecues available, like the Weber Go Anywhere. So when you're outdoor cooking as well, boards are your friends. Get a big fat board and you can prep on it, and you can turn it over and you can serve on it. And you know, it's just amazing. Like right now with this setup, I'm making some sandwiches. Just dump everything on the board and people can help themselves. It's brilliant. This one is from IKEA. It's like £13 from IKEA. It's massive, brilliant. Get one, bring one, do one. Another tip for you, when you are doing an outdoor cook like this, my suggestion is do the cook in your head before you even pack, because then you make sure that you pack exactly the things that you need, but you don't pack things that you don't need just in case. Packing light is always good. So do the cook in your head, figure out what you need, bring it, you won't forget stuff. It's not starting at the moment. So I figured it out. I figured out why. Panic over. We did it. We're gonna get out of here. So this is the amazing hut I'm gonna be staying in for the next couple of days. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be bringing you some amazing tips when it comes to outdoor cooking. So make sure you watch to the very end to see those. Just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsor, Eco, who make the most amazing yerba mate. Eco, you have made this possible, so thank you so much, guys. And if you want to check out their yerba mate, make sure you check out the link in the description. All right, let's make some food. So we're about to start cooking in this fire, and as you can see, part of it is still flaming. We do not want to cook in that. But what I've done is I've made a couple of zones. So we've got a very hot zone here with the flame. You don't want to cook anything over this. But I've made a cooler zone here, which is essentially embers, and that's what we're going to cook in. And then we'll keep scraping the embers over as they generate, so that we've got a nice even temperature cooking area here. And then if we did want to sear anything or anything like that, then we could make a, you know, have a more hot area here when the flames die down. Good night. Life is too short for bad coffee. So when you're outdoors, when you're camping, when you're off-grid, this is how we make the coffee. cleaning your dirty grates. It's all about the tin foil. A lot of people, they're messing around with these wire brushes, which are all well and good, but there's been so many cases of people getting bits of metal wire stuck in their throats because someone's used a wire brush, the bristles have come off, and then it's gone into their food. That is not the one, trust me. Like, I've had one of those pieces of wire in my mouth before. It's not fun. Tin foil is perfect, right? So you got a dirty grate, give it a good scrub, get all the excess off, and then just want to heat it up in the fire a little bit, maybe give it another scrub, good to go. Ooh. When you are cooking outside, you want a nice quality pocket knife. This is my Opinel number 10. And it is my current favorite pocket knife for cooking outdoors. It's just a good size and it's sharp AF and it's really affordable. So if you need a pocket knife, this is a good one. And it's good for doing things like this. Opening up bags of charcoal. Now, talking of charcoal, don't buy those crappy briquettes from the petrol station. What you want to do is find some nice local, so we're in Dorset right now, got some nice Dorset natural lumpwood charcoal. Because the thing is, guys, this stuff, I see it as an ingredient. I don't just see it as fuel, I see it as an ingredient. And if you're using stuff like this, it means that you can cook directly in the embers. You don't have to use a grill. And trust me, stuff like this imparts such an incredible flavor into your food. So if you're making steaks, for example, sear them directly on the embers and you will not be disappointed. So what we're going to do is we're going to skewer the sausages with 2 skewers, and that's going to mean that we're not going to have any sausages turning and rolling and not being on the side that we want it to be on. You know what I mean? So let's do it. Let's skewer. These are beautiful venison sausages from Ash Farm, where we're staying at the moment. Man, I can't wait to try these, so let's get them on the grill. Make sure you know how to light a fire quickly, and if you don't know, get to know. It's an absolute ball ache if you get it wrong and you're likely to burn stuff. Make sure you check out my video on lighting a fire quickly if you want to know more. When it comes to outdoor cooking, people overcomplicate things so much. All you need is fire and a knife. Get your fire going, and you want it to die down to embers. We're going to place the veg in the fire. We're just going to let them sit for ages. Olive oil, flaky sea salt, chives, dried edible flowers. What you need is your knife, your board, a fire. So good. We're gonna make tacos. So I've got prepped already some nice onion, I've got some peppers, I've got some garlic, got some limes and stuff like that. And we're just gonna make some really simple, delicious tacos, bit of cheese, bit of mayo, you know how it goes, let's go. it's taco time, okay? Oh, gamey meat. It's so tender though. Beautiful on the barbecue, lovely and smoky. That lime just cuts through like pow. Charring the lime is the way to go. It brings out the juices and it caramelizes them slightly, so it's a bit more like candy. Lovely cheese and cream just to make it really comforting and delicious. And obviously those charred peppers and onions. You can never go wrong with charred peppers and onions. Lovely bit of venison. Thank you so much to my friends at Ash Farm for hooking us up with this delicious venison and this beautiful place to stay for the last couple of days. We've had amazing food adventures, and yeah, if you like this little recipe, make sure you know, do what you need to do, or don't. Peace.